It is still going. Also here. It's still going. I mean, it's making water out of nowhere. Hey guys and girls, my name is Snowy and welcome to a second version of the, let's say, unlimited water or extra water kind of setup that we had the other day with the ponds, settling ponds that created that little pond over there, as you can see. And there was this guy who told me like, hey, why don't you redirect one of the pumps back to the source where the original water came from? And I was thinking like, hey, that could be something. So thank you for the suggestion, A41 Wild 57, and we are going to do some digging. So let's grab a few of these buckets. Right, shoveling I will do just, with a time lapse, so I'll be right back. Right, also it was suggested to me, like, in order to lose as least as possible water, just make just 2 holding ponds. And I'm thinking like, okay, I'm not arguing with you guys. I will also pump the water into that direction, just see where it will go, and we can always make a little dam over there somehow. So let's first make our first retaining pond. So over here like that, and over there like that. And these things don't need to be that big. They only need to be, deep. Deep, so that they can hold up a little bit of water. And remember, like last time, I want to do it with 4 buckets. 4 buckets of water. That's it, just 4 buckets. So we start with this first retaining pond. Like that. And I want this to be relatively high. The second pond needs to be higher because there will the most activity take place. So I think that we have... Yeah, this is nearly good enough. Let's make it a little bit higher just for the sake of it. Last time we had a little bit of overflow. I want to prevent that. So something like that. Yeah. Now let's make a second retaining area, which will then be over here, directly next to it. And that will be, of course, a little bit higher. Right. Also, this one does not need to be that big. Oh, just like that, and like that, and back, and then going that way, yeah, that way. Okay, getting more dirt, be right back. Okay, I'm loaded again with enough soil to make a huge sand castle, but let's make this this holding pond a lot higher, so we won't squander any water. We reduce the surface area of the concrete a little bit, and with the remaining dirt I have, I make the edges a little bit higher, and then we can place a few pumps around here. I think this is sort of enough. I think a little bit more there, here, there, there, and there, and there. And I think we are up to spec. Yeah, so I have this bucket. This is the last bucket that contains still a little bit of dirt. Oh, let me grab it. If I still need it, I just put it here. Boink. Like that. Now, let me grab a generator. Yep. A pump. Yep. Hey, done. Okay, so let me see. We need this generator, which I place all the way over here on top. Okay. So the idea is then we have like one pump sitting over here that leads into this basin over here, like so. Then we have another pump that sits then here, and that leads then back into this basin. So that's nice for him, he gets something back. And then another pump that goes from here towards, well, the idea was to put it into here. Let's see how much water we can create in this area. I don't know, to be honest. That would be something new. And that's 3 pumps in total. And would that be enough? Question mark. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let me connect this stuff up with some cables. And then we also turn that one on. Great. So that's the idea that I read from in the comment section. And I still want to reduce the surface area a little bit here. Sorry, I cannot help it. And this surface area seems to be still a little bit too big. So what I'm going to do is like do this, that, and that. So really that water has to go only to the pump and not stick around somewhere else like that. And I think, yeah, this is okay. And about here, can we alter a little bit here as well? Yeah, maybe here. This is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Great. So now I'm grabbing an extra bucket because we're going to fill 4 buckets with water. Just 4 buckets with water. Here we go. So scoopy 1 with water. Then this one. And then this one. And I think it was this one. Yeah, also. So I think we have them now all filled up. So this one is full. Yeah, they're all filled up. Yeah. Right. 4 buckets of water. How much can that create? Everything is now turned on here. And also I want to do it a little bit more gentle than last time. And I hope that the feedback will not overflow this whole entire area. So let's see what happens. Here we go. Okay. Grabbing. Look how much water directly comes back. Okay, let's throw the second bucket in here, but let's be careful it does not overflow. Okay, it has a little bit of the tendency, so what I'm going to do, grab a little bit of dirt, be right back. Yeah, I was running to the dirt section and I forgot that I still have 3 buckets full of water, so let me make this higher, because if I throw those other 3 buckets of water in here, I expect maybe a lot of feedback. I mean, that is high enough over there. Okay. Well, this is an interesting thought, you know, this whole concept. Is this high enough? Well, not yet. Can never be high enough, you know, in this game. Nothing can be high enough in this game. Nothing can be high enough in this game. And then here a little bit. Okay, so we have 1 full bucket remaining here. I'll put that down. And let's see, we have now still 3 buckets filled with water. Let's see how that goes. So this one is empty. We go to the first one. This one is still filled up, so toss it in there. Blop. Okay, that's doing nicely. Then the second bucket. Blop. And the last bucket, which is this one. Blop. Okay, now that's basically it. Let's see how it goes here. So we have water flowing from there to there, but it also flows back there, amplifies hopefully, getting back here, and we have water flowing that way. And look at this. Oh, look at this. Where is this going? Look at this. How far will this go? This is intriguing to see, you know, what happens. How far will this water go? Because this is, you know, you don't have really a pit. Yeah, you do have a pit, which is all the way around here. And frankly, to be honest, I don't want the water to go here. But, okay, it's like, yeah, well, where am I? It's just, I just want to see how far this will go, actually. I'm very curious. But I have a simple idea. So let me grab this thing. And we grab our shovel, and we are grabbing a little bit more dirt. Be right back. So we have now this dirt over here. This water is flowing into that general direction. Let's say that we don't want it to go. Well, it's okay to settle here. And let's make a little barrier over here, like so, like that. Like that. Like that. Yeah, so it stays behind that area. Do not overflow this area, please. Thank you. Very much appreciated. We still have like a little bit of a ridge over here, which is fine. And then if we look at this section, it follows this area. Yeah, it's not really... I could say maybe create a little bit of a barrier over here. To this tree. And then back. Something like that. But the question is, like, you know, how far will this go? Let's have a look here at our system. So we still have water coming in and back. Just coming from 4 buckets. I like this. I really like this. Huh, interesting. So what we can do is make a time lapse out of this. Let's see if this will rise in any way or form. The question is like, okay, where are we going to sit? Like here? I mean, we can see the water flowing in from here. So yeah, a time lapse from, I think, maybe this height. I cannot go further because of the barrier at this rock. I think, yeah, this is a nice position. So let me drop one of these buckets so I can have like, there goes the bucket, bye bucket. And let's just see how this will go. Let that run for a while. Well, I've been looking at this for 5 minutes now. I even got myself a little ice pop, how you call it thing, ice cream, because it's so freaking hot outside. And the water is actually overflowing towards the hole here. Look at that. The whole forest is practically overflowing. I think, oh, even this over. This did not really help. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, what I want to do is, let me grab a little bit more dirt. So let's do that quickly. Right, so I only have 5 buckets, but let's hope that would be enough to prevent water from flowing into the pit here. I'm not sure if that would suffice. Like that. Let's build a wall here to prevent water from going into the pit, and that this whole section can flood. Yeah, that's a nice idea. So let's bring this over to there, because also the water is going over there, like that. Okay, so you know what I will do? I will grab all my buckets and is this still pumping out? I think it's still pumping out. Yeah. Let me grab also that extra bucket over there. Oh, no, that's the hose. Oh, there's the bucket. Okay, then I have a pump here, and I'm missing a bucket, which is somewhere. There it is. And we also don't need that thing anymore. And let me see. Yeah, I think also the pump. Yep. No, wrong thing. Wrong thing. Good thing. Okay, I will now make that there in also do that in time lapse, and I will be right back with you guys. Now take a look at this, guys. I made this little barrier over here to prevent the water from going in there. We also have some water there collected from the initial 4 buckets of water, and I think the water is still increasing here. I mean, this is a little bit more shallow. I don't know if it goes around here. It seems to be a little bit, yeah, it seems to be a little bit wet here, but hard to say. I don't have that much dirt left, but let me, okay, put that there. Yeah, there is water actually here. Wow. Now let's make a very, okay, more dirt I don't have, and there's also no dirt available anymore here. Great. Now let's go through. Oh, there is some dirt here that I placed. I could use just this. It's not much, but it was totally useless, this this part. And once this is done, then we're going to have a look at our you know, our system, our pumping system, how it's still doing. And how far will this actually go? I mean, will it completely keep on going indefinitely or not? That's the big question. Hey, good afternoon. Okay, so I'll put that over here. Yep. So I could still run around and try to get more dirt, but I want to take a look at the system right now. That's important. The system itself, if that is still running or not. If so, that would be really something. Look at this amount of water here. And this thing is still giving water. Wow, that's totally dope. I can actually remove this, you know, because this has no function anymore. So that water can actually also flow towards that other area. No reason to stop it, because it already has to go over this area, so it was a good idea, you know, from you, A41 Wild 57, to create a feedback to itself. And if there is a little glitch in the system that creates more water than there actually is, yeah, then you can create some situations like this. Let me put a little bit more there, and there, and there, and there, and there. This is nice. This is actually nice, you know. This is really making a lake out of just 4 buckets of dirt. And how is this still going? It is still going. Also here, it's still going. I mean, it's making water out of nowhere. Okay, how I'm going to finalize this up, guys? I mean, the thing is, it's 35 degrees outside, and I am sitting in a little room, and my computer is kind of warm, you know, because of this game. But this is a very interesting setup, if you ask me. There were only 4 buckets of water, and look at this huge lake over here. Okay, it's still very shallow, but the water is still, you know, influxing. I don't know what will happen if I put like a second pump in here that leads towards there. I don't think it makes that much difference. What do you guys think? I don't know. A second pump in here. I think the first pump that we are seeing now is just taking all the water that it can get. And if we place another one in there, I think then we only make it more difficult for the one pump that is pumping water there, and it will not suck all the water that it basically now grabs. I mean, I think at its minimum capacity of sucking in. So here we go. Just put this a little bit more like that, closing that whole system in. Oh, there we go. Also here. Interesting. And the feedback is still working, you know, here. It's like, this is like, I never expected this to happen, you know. It's like really, really crazy to think about. Yeah, what I can do is, make another time lapse. And the question is from which location to make this time lapse. Yeah, maybe until this barrier overflows, which I rather don't want, but it is telling something, you know. The whole area is now flooding here as well, all the way up to here, till this wall over here. You can see that there is water here, so I don't have any. Yeah, I have a little bit of dirt. Can I bring this to that wall or not? Just barely. So if that water keeps on going, then also it will flood this area eventually. Because it is already creeping this way. You can see it creeping here. Oh, it's already, look, that's going. Okay. This is a nice spot to see whether, yeah, we're going to stand here in this corner. Can we see it, everything? I rather would be standing a little bit higher, but I cannot stand higher, sadly enough. Well, then maybe this spot. Yeah, so let's stand roughly here. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so at this point I'm now thinking like it will continue until it will overflow, probably here as well. If I want to do something, you know, with this game, this experiment, I really need then I think a second parter. I think if you guys want that, let's just check out if this water is still flowing. It is still flowing, you know. The thing is, we know the thing about with the hoses, I can make one save game only, or two save games. I can load it up only once. The hoses stay in place, so it will just continue. I hope the water will also still continue, I'm not sure. But as far as I can see, this system, it does not appear to stop. So eventually it will flood the entire forest. So it's like in the road also it will in theory it would flood the entire map. Yeah. But what do you guys think? Do you think I should continue in a part 2 and make this wall higher, and to make sure that this becomes like, you know, half a forest lake? Or do you think I should just let the water flow just in the entire map to the whole other side of the map? I mean, how often do we get to, you know, this side of the map on Forest Road? Not that often, you know. What is here anyway? This is the other side of the road. And there's that other water. Yeah, okay. also that, of course, that plays also a part. That water there, let's have a look quickly here. Oh, that also trickles into there as well. Because ever since I started playing this game, the water has been coming off the mountain and went into there. Yeah, and since I cannot reach that culvert over there, I don't think so I can. I mean, that culvert is sitting way too deep. Where's that thing? It's over... Here's the culvert here. You can see it. I cannot reach it. It's too deep. So... yeah, that is also something, you know, I wanted to keep this water actually separated from the water there. Now let me grab a little bit of this dirt then. I think that will do. I mean, I have 4 buckets and I'm just making this thing actually higher to prevent the overflow here. Also rather interesting aspect, you know, how far will that go? You know, if you let that run also just continuously without any interruption. Let's see how much I can make up this wall higher. Not that bad with the dirt I have. Oh, look at that. It takes a lot of influx of water to make this overflow. But anyway, our system is still running as far as I can see, and it's still an interesting experiment. Is it still running with the 4 buckets of water? It still is. Well, I would say, like, guys and girls, you tell me, do you want to see a part 2 to see like if this continues, and then we will just let it run. I don't want to let it run now for, like, let's say several hours, because like I said, the weather is kind of hot outside, and this room really warms up pretty well, and I'm sweating already here. So yeah, you let me know what you think about it. And this is like crazy, you know, 4 buckets of water created this whole area over here. It's completely insane. But yeah, I would say, like, thank you for watching, and also check out the other videos that I have. I mean, I have a few drain sim videos around somewhere, you know, on this channel, and some of them are also, you know, kind of crazy, but this is also definitely one of them. And yeah, and I will see you next time. Okay, guys and girls, thank you for watching. See you. Bye bye.